mindset is everything. Your mindset will determine if you will make it or not. Your mindset will determine if you will be remembered or forgotten. Your mindset will determine whether you will be committed to achieving your goals when things get tough, as we all know they will. Because no human goes through life without huge challenges. Whatever it takes, if that is your mindset, of course you will follow through. Your mindset is everything.
Hi, fast friends. Heather Ovalle here, your engagement coach, with your Monday Madness video for Monday, September 24th. And a couple things that I want to go over with you. So a little bit of housekeeping and hopefully a little bit of motivation, and then talking about or putting out our code word or code clue for the day, or for the week rather, to get something in the mail. Yes, literally in an envelope, mailed to you, the student, through snail mail. It'll have a postage stamp on it. So something from me to you if you respond to me via email with the code phrase. And we'll get into that a little bit later. And I hope that you like the video that I'm including for today's message. Hopefully it'll be fun and inspirational. Little housekeeping items. I am going to start scheduling all of the appointments for you. So don't worry about that anymore. I'm going to send you, I'm just going to go ahead and schedule those appointments, our weekly check-in sessions. They will be held in my open office hours unless there is a specific reason why you cannot come into my open office hours. So that needs to be communicated with me. Remember, please, 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 communication is key to success in the virtual school. I don't see your beautiful faces every single day like, you know, a teacher would at a traditional school. So I've got to hear from you, right? Your teacher's got to hear from you. Can't fix something if we don't know it's broke. So we got to know the details. And we can't make concessions unless we know the specifics of why concessions are needed. So communication is so important. Verbal, email is our number one way of communicating with you. And so both students and parents need to be reading their emails daily and responding as necessary. So that's a huge thing right there for communication. That's my big plug for communication right now. Okay. The other thing that I wanted to point out to you, we have 3.5 weeks till fall break. Did you know that? 3.5 weeks. So fall break starts on October 17th and runs through the 19th. So you get 3 days for fall break. And I want to ask you, have you earned your fall break? And what I mean by that is, how many overdue lessons do you have right now? Now, I don't want you to be overwhelmed. I just want you to think about that. Okay. How many overdue lessons do you have? Are you paying attention and watching your, attending your required Class Connect sessions? Are you participating in those required Class Connect sessions? Because those are two very different things. Both have to happen, right, to get participation points. So if you have a lot of outstanding lessons, what are you going to do about it? Because fall break is time for relaxation, it's time for fun, it's time to take a break away from school, but only if you've earned it. Okay, so that's a big key piece right there. Have you earned it? So that's some things that I want you to think about as I continue with this video today. Have you earned it? Okay, because if you haven't, then you're going to be working through fall break. I fully expect you to work through fall break because you've already had that time off. All right, somewhere else you've taken that time off. So think about that, okay? And of course, you know that I'm a huge proponent of not overwhelming our students. I don't suggest that you go in there and you do it all at once, or you have these power sessions. It's only going to frustrate the students. It's going to frustrate the learning coach. And remember, our K-5 kiddos, they're young. They can't handle power sessions. So keep that in mind. I don't want to overwhelm our kids, but we do need to commit to 2 to 3 of those overdue lessons each and every day. Just 2 or 3. No big deal. Okay. All right. So the other thing that I wanted to point out to you is Odyssey. For those of you in the Phoenix area, or for those of you who want to travel to the Phoenix area, on October 11th from 10 to 12, there's a Meet the Teacher event at Odyssey. And I will not be there. I live in Tucson. I'm not driving up for that event. But, you know, it's a great time to get out and meet your teachers, for those of you, you know, who want to meet your teachers, or just hang out at Odyssey. So keep that in mind, okay? So that's my housekeeping. My business, or my motivation that I wanted to share with you today is, it starts with a question. And that question is, why are you here? What motivated your family to bring or to enroll in our school? Okay, because obviously virtual schooling is very, very different from homeschool. We are not a homeschool. Okay, we are a virtual school. There is a significant difference between virtual school and homeschool, number one. And there's a significant difference, obviously, between going to a traditional school, elementary school, as opposed to schooling virtually. So we know that it takes a lot of commitment on a parent's part to enroll their student, their elementary student, in a virtual program. So knowing that commitment, we know that there has to be some reason, you know, why you've chosen to school with us. And I want you to think about that, because that's going to be significant as we go forward, okay? You have your reason for joining us. And so with that being said, or when you're thinking about that, what would happen if you had to go back to your old situation? What does that look like if you had to go back to a school that you were not in favor of for whatever reason? And are you willing to do the work to stay here? Okay, we're a public school, as you know. We do have a curriculum in place, a fantastic curriculum. We offer that to you. So we need you to follow our school guidelines. If you want to follow your own guidelines, that's fine. Do it elsewhere. Bottom line, okay? But if you want to be part of our school, you have to follow our guidelines. And it takes a lot of commitment, and it takes a lot of work. And, you know, I'm here to support you. I'm here to show you how we can troubleshoot different ideas. But at the end of the day, why are you here, and what are you going to do about it? That's my question to you. What are you going to do about it? Because if you're with me, you're missing a piece of the puzzle. And that's okay. It's really okay, because I'm here to help you put that piece together. But are you willing to do the work to be successful? And that's the question. Are you willing to do the work? Are you doing your part? So what is your so what? Okay. What is it that's preventing your student from being able to do the work? And what are you doing to work through that? Okay, because there's always, we have a lot of excuses. We need action. You know, look at the scenario, look at the case. Each and every one of you are individuals, and you have a situation that's going on with your student or with yourself or whatever the case is, and there's always a solution. Are you actively working towards that solution? Okay, because all of our kiddos have to be schooled. The state requires, you know, the kids to have an education. They're legally required to have an education. That's their right as human beings and as American citizens. Okay, so what are we doing to inspire that creative, intellectual spark? What are we doing to prevent that creative spark, prevent that intellectual spark? Okay, so think about these things. That's kind of my motivation. Why are you here? So what are you going to do about it to make, you know, to be able to stay, essentially? And so that's acting and adjusting. So that's part of a 7 mindset. I don't know if you've ever heard of the 7 mindsets, but the first one is everything is possible. Okay. So everything is possible. And part of everything is possible is acting and adjusting. So we first got, and part of acting and adjusting is identifying, what it is that we're doing. Why are we doing it? Are we grateful that we have that opportunity to do it? And if we're not following through or we're missing a piece of the puzzle, what are we going to do about it? How are we going to act on it? What do we need to fix? What do we need to adjust to make it happen? And are you committed to that? Because ultimately, that's the question. Are you committed to it? So think about that as the week continues. I hope you enjoy this video. For my fun question, I'm wearing orange or peach, I guess you could say, and orange is one of my favorite colors. And so I want to know from the students, what are your favorite colors? So I want you to email me and tell me what your favorite color is. And if you do so this week, I will send you something in the mail. Okay? So I'm excited to get to talk to you all again this week and look for your appointments. If you can't make it the appointment that I've scheduled for you, you need to let me know right away because I'm going to expect you to be there. Okay? All right, friends. Have a great week. Talk to you very, very soon.